The Entorei Kavod.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hi, folks. I don't know if I'm trying new things today, and I'm not entirely sure if you can hear me, or if you can see things all right. If the music is okay. if it's too loud or too quiet or whatever. So please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see, and all that. If the music is not too loud. Or just a little bit. Alright, so for today, this thing is basically done. I wanted to tweak the background a little bit, and that's because I'm not super happy with the way the sand came out. And I want to work on the colors a little bit, the sand dune things, situations. I want to see if I can make a better layout out of that, and I want to see if I can up the contrast a little bit more on this one too. So this variation specifically is the blood version, and it looks. One of the people in Discord said basically that it kind of looks like it's floating, and I agree with them. So I'm gonna see if I can add a little bit of depth to the liquid as well. I have some ideas what to do with the background here. Basically, I'm gonna just these are the layers that I'm gonna be working on tonight. These guys, and that's pretty much it. And I'm just gonna put it in a. There you go. Gonna put it in a folder. Right. So I'm gonna turn off the grid for now as well. So what I kind of want to do is search for some images online of deserts for some reference. There's some really, really cool ones actually. I like these colors. I think, is this a real picture? Hang on, let me show you. Is it a real picture or is that artwork? I think that might be a real picture. Those are some really good colors right there. That's gorgeous. Let's see. Here's another one. Also beautiful colors. These are, yes, these are more yellow and these are almost reddish. It's beautiful. And I actually had Kiora in my Discord earlier today, and he suggested to change it a bit. I want to see if I can grab it just for reference. There we go. It's taking its sweet time loading. Just give me a second. Not sure what's going on. I feel like my internet might be down. Is Discord down? Okay, so Patreon, it looks like Patreon is down and Discord is down. Weird. Great, just great. Just as I go live, of course. Why wouldn't it? Well done. Uh, anyway, here's, is a tiny little version. I can't get the bigger one because everything is down now, apparently. Yeah, another big DDoS attack, yeah, probably. I'm amazed that Twitch is still going. Twitter is still live. Weird. Okay, so basically this is, Kaora took my file and he, worked on it a little bit. Basically adding some, proper highlights, some purples and blues and whatnot to the map. So you can see the color there versus the color here. And this version is much better in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on that a bit. I don't know if Hey, J Dungeon Master, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Things seem to be a little bit screwed up today. It seems that Discord is down, Patreon is down. It just happens. I'm so disappointed because I actually, for the first time ever, I decided to stream the map making directly into my Patreon, and Patreon is down. Ah, man. And Discord is down too. I'm really kind of bummed. But anyway, let's just try to get some work done. Grr. J Dungeon Master says I'm good. Day job. Day job is busy as hell with 7 to 8 work at the moment. Don't know what that means, but I assume that's a lot of work. Is your Discord running? It might be because you're in. My cat decided to go wild as well. Okay, things are not going well. It might be because, yeah, Discord is down for you too. Yeah, Discord is down. Patreon is, for me, is also down. Is Patreon up for you? It also might be that you're in Europe, and so you might be running off different servers, so it might still be up for you. Patreon works. I didn't get banned on Patreon today because I was trying to stream my map in there. I would have watched your name. And yeah, Patreon is definitely down for me. Hey, Tom! Discord and Patreon down for me too. Okay, cool. So I am not the only one. Okay. Awesome. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna Patreon. Okay, so Patreon is down for the Hubster as well as Tom. Okay. Alright then. Good freaking start. Literally, as soon as I freaking started streaming, those two things went down. Like, fuck. Okay, damn it. Okay, so, I'm gonna try and go for more this type of thing. I have a couple of reference pictures here. Mostly, I think, for colors. I really like this color, but I don't think... I don't think it'll really work with this. You know what? Kiora had added so much warmth to this one that I'm kind of thinking that maybe the color scheme can be adjusted to reflect more of these colors. If you came in and you don't know, hey, Kiora, hello, how are you? So yeah, Discord is down, so I figured I wanted to grab this image that you posted, like a bigger version of it, to kind of look at it and analyze it and kind of make something closer to that. But then Discord went down, so I can't. So I have this tiny little thing to work off of. Yeah, all of the all of the map makers are in here, which makes me super happy. This music is, by the way, so I'm gonna talk about the music in the background. This time it is not. I'll make it a little bit louder. It is not Sirenscape this time. This music was actually written by Alex, and I will link his Patreon right here. He writes music for tabletop RPGs. Here's his Patreon, and could you let me know if that posted, because I think, oh, I don't know, I'm trying. Okay, oh, there you go. Yeah, it did. We should start a club. We should. I actually have some ideas, listen, that I want to talk to you all about, especially the ones of you that stream, because, yeah, the internet is having significant issues today. So I was, Alex wrote this specific song for a collab that I have coming out with Tom Cardos, by the way, that is currently in chat, Azzy Free and Alex, and I am so beyond impressed with this, and the way it's coming together, and I love this song. I love this song. I've been actually like listening to it on and off, just because I want to listen to it, and it's amazing. There is also going to be a boss song that's going to be released with that collab, and another variation as well. And I really, really highly recommend you all check out his Patreon, because it's awesome. Yep, he's I think that's how I found him, or he found me. I don't know. J Dungeon Master is basically through you, so yeah, it's really cool. Um, so since we're all kind of cartographers here, I kind of want to. I don't know. Should I even? I should probably talk to you all privately before I start talking about things that I have in mind. But basically, I had these ideas. I don't know. Maybe I should just talk about it. I had this idea. I don't entirely know how it works. But you know how streamers form like streaming groups and stuff, and there are actually settings on Twitch that you can use to like share each other's viewership and stuff like that. I was kind of thinking about forming a cartography guild group type of thing on Twitch, where we all kind of form this alliance and then help each other with streaming audiences and whatnot. So I don't know if anybody's gonna have any interest in it, and I don't know. Maybe will encourage other map makers to stream more as well. And I was thinking. So yeah, just I don't know. I don't know really enough about it yet to really be able to be like, hey, let's do this thing, and that's how we do it. I would need to do some research for it, but I think it could be something really cool to look into. Right. What was I doing? So no, actually, AutoHost is not the same. There is it. I am already doing that. I did it. Kiora says the biggest problem with that is that Twitch Teams, which allows you to squad stream and all that, can only be made by a partner, and it's really tough to get to that. Yeah. Well, there you go. I didn't know that, so that's not gonna happen. Alright. Maybe one day, but not now. Who knows, maybe one of us will eventually become a partner and do something like that. One day, I know, right? Oh man. Well, you know, goals, something to strive for, right? So I actually kind of like this color already a little bit better than what I had. And then I'm gonna, Kiora, basically I'm gonna try and use, the thing that you made kind of as a reference. And try to get those colors closer. I really like it. I really like the way you made it, so I also need to add a little bit of depth there. I want to use, so right now I'm just using whatever is in that picture. You don't need to paint all those in to change the color, by the way. You can use overlays and soft light layers. To be honest, I don't really like, I didn't really like the way I painted them, so I'm just kind of, there's no real reason to repaint it, but I kind of just want to, because I don't really like the way it came out. Are these highlights on top? I'm also thinking that one day I want to just sit down and paint, just like devote like a few days to just paint a very simple but very, very good desert, almost like texture, like background. And what I realized is that good textures and backgrounds, they take time to really make something that's really that looks really good. Let me see, where's this? I'm gonna get rid of that. To be honest, I don't really, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try. I also want to see if I can kind of darken up these corners here, to bring a little bit more attention towards the center of the map. Yeah, J Dungeon Master, that's yeah. You know, it's been like it happens so often that I'm like, oh, it's just gonna take like 30 minutes. It's not a big deal. And then like 3 days later, I'm still struggling on the thing. Yeah. Alright, is Discord back up? I don't think it is. Oh well. How great is this song? It's freaking amazing. I love it. Maybe I went a little bit too ham right there. Kira, when are you gonna be streaming again? I don't know whether my notifications for you got turned off. Because sometimes Twitch will just do that. It'll just like, you won't be getting those notifications anymore. Bye! Or I've just been missing your streams, but I feel like I haven't seen your streams in a while. Ah, gotcha. Alright, so then it's not me. Discord is back up for me. Let me check. Yeah, it is back up. Cool. Alright, is Patreon? Yeah, Patreon is back as well. Cool. Alright. Kiora says, I've been recording tons of YouTube videos instead. How is that? How do you find YouTube videos versus Twitch? I feel like almost like Twitch is easier, but maybe YouTube. But YouTube, like, you need to do a bunch of editing and whatnot for YouTube. I'd love to check them out. In fact, you know what? I think that maybe on my Discord, instead of having just streams announced, we'll change it to streams and like YouTube videos announcements. That way people can post their YouTube videos there too. I think that might be something to really look into. Also, One of the reasons why I was so I'm a little bit frustrated right now is because I was setting up to stream into YouTube as well, um, so that I can stream directly into my Patreon, and it's like something broke, and I'm not even sure if it's working or not. J Dungeon Master says, I actually have my first free evening this month today and am painting a very simple map that I just started to doodle around. Really refreshing to not think about all the details you want to put in beforehand and just go with the flow. One question about the statue. What is the red thing texture? That's blood. Yeah, I need to work on it a little bit more. That's blood. Basically, there are going to be, hang on if I can show you. There are going to be a few different versions. There's a version with water, poison, blood, I think something else. And the thing is, because I didn't really do anything extra for depth of it, it just kind of looks like it's floating. So I need to work on that a little bit. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, and then there's that weird, this guy. Wait, you can see that. Can you see that? Oh yeah, you can see that. Okay. It's like this one is not. I was thinking of that this would be the water thing, but it ended up looking more like mercury or like some sort of a liquid metal. So I'm just calling it that now, and I didn't really want to change it. And then this one is kind of like poison. And then this one is water. And then I also have this one with grass. So yeah, so I need to work on that a little. Kira says Twitch is way better, easier to just get going and doodle. YouTube is better for teaching and tutorials, though. Interesting. I had a single video on YouTube. I still have only a single video on YouTube about the very first map I released. I uploaded a video of, I think it's preview or something like that, and never checked it again, just left it. And when I was setting up the stream, I looked at it and there's actually like a single comment, because I was originally thinking that I would be releasing more packs like my very first one. But then it didn't really do a whole lot. It wasn't particularly popular or anything like that, so it was like, okay, well, this is not working. And I moved on to other types of maps and stuff. But on YouTube, I think I said, this map pack, part 1, and then part 2 never came. And so the person commenting was like, so, where's the part 2? From 3 months ago, and that post is from like a year and a half ago. And I just saw it, and I was like, oh, dang it. I feel like this needs to be on top. J Dungeon Master says, yeah, it's been a hell of a month so far, with my boss on vacation and me basically having to run all or sites. Yikes. Sounds like a lot of work. Now it's nearly midnight and I'm just drawing away to relax. That's nice. That's awesome. You know what I find kind of cool? I've been doing a lot more Pinterest lately. And so I will be like browsing, searching for maps and inspiration, just looking at what people are pinning and whatnot. And it is quite often that I find, it would be my map pinned on somebody's, do you call them walls on Pinterest? I don't know. They will have my map pinned, but then they will also have like J Dungeon Master's map, they will Kiora's maps, they will have, all of these people that I talk to, some every now and then, others fairly regularly too, and it's just like, I don't know, I find it kind of cool to just see that in the wild. And it's one of those things that's like, maybe this thing I'm doing is not entirely, I don't know the word to use, not entirely I don't know what the right word to use here. Like it has a meaning or something, I don't know. I like the grassy one too, Dungeon Master says. Thank you. I actually really like it too, but then, aw, thank you. No, cat, no, 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 no. You're not allowed back there. No. Okay, there you go. She was trying to crawl behind my screen tablet where all of the cords are, all of the important bits are. Hey, Sable Falcon, hi! I think I haven't seen you in a really long time. And welcome back. How are you? Yes, the cat wishes to explore and the cat was not allowed. I haven't been able to catch your stuff live in a while. That's because I have not streamed. I mean, I've been streaming fairly kind of regularly-ish for the last few weeks, I think. But I actually stopped streaming for about 6 months, if not more, before that. And I was planning on coming back, I think, last, like, July, February, but then, the world started falling apart, and I was like, don't really have the fortitude right now to do anything other than just be. So yeah. I feel like I went a little bit overboard with here. Although there would be a little bit of shadow. Right? Okay. That looks a little bit better, right? Like it's not really floating. A little bit more grounded. Man, I just love this music. It's just so nice. J Dungeon Master says, I think the outline of the blood slash texture might be a little too harsh. Getting that a little bit blended in might put it more on the ground too. You know, I think you might be right about that. I was thinking about that when I was just working on it. I think you might be right about that. I need to look into that. Let me do this first, and I wanna see if I can soften that outline a bit. I wanna see if I can add a little bit. I'm just gonna move it further down here. Yeah, I like that. I like that quite a bit. And I will add a little bit more highlights in a second. Come on. We're also getting a storm, so that is also happening. I can see the I can hear the thunder outside. The universe does not want me to stream today, you're right. Well, now I feel like this is too dark. Yeah, I need to fix this. Mine, you're right. Okay. Oh man. Okay. It certainly feels like that. It really does, doesn't it? Okay. I'm gonna go back up here and I'm going to soften this a little bit because I don't think I feel like that's a little much. Like that, maybe? Okay, so let's see what happens if we soften this edge a bit. Okay. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to see if I can just soften it up with okay. You know what's the saddest part? Now I'm gonna have to do this for all of the variations I already created because I thought I was done. It was really last night that I was like, I think I want to work on it a little bit more. And so now I'm gonna have to update all of the other variations with these changes. I think that's a bit better. Yeah, I know, right? I think, right there it almost looks like it's like casting shadow as if it's floating above the sand. I need to soften that up too. Okay. Okay. Does that work? I think that's a bit better. Okay, so now what I want to do is highlight the middle a little bit. And see if I can bring the eye a little bit. Just highlight this section a little bit more. So I'm gonna see if I can set this to overlay maybe? I don't know, this might entirely be off. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I can give it a try. like it added more brightness, but not really light. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay, I want to see if I can play with the color itself a little bit and see if I can What do you all think? Does that make sense or no? Does it look crazy? I kinda like it. I want to see what is the actual color. It's basically white. Okay. J Dungeon Master says another way of blending it in might be to mask the blood itself to blend in with the sand beneath it. Oh, that might be a good idea. Right. Lets the statue pop. That's good. Okay, good. Alright, good that I'm not the only one that actually thinks it looks really pretty good. Gonna spread out the highlights a bit towards the dunes as well. Also, wanted to credit my husband for giving me a lot of these ideas. Thank you, husband. Okay. God, transferring this to the other. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Okay. Okay, so I think that J Dungeon Master, I think what you're saying, I'm just gonna go ahead and, in fact, yeah, that looks so much better, right? I like it. That also looks a lot better, I think. Nice. So I think I'm gonna create another layer on top here and just take awesome. Great. That makes me happy. Thank you. I'm just gonna take some of this sand color and maybe just gonna put it down here and just go over these edges a bit. Makes a highlight right there. I think maybe that's okay. It's like water reflecting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. I need a different color. Color pick from here. What do you think? Is it too dark here still? Right there? I'm not really sure if I'm just completely overworking it at this point. Given that it's the upper part of the dune, there shouldn't be a shadow there. Yeah. Agreed. I'm gonna see this in a bit. Alright, well, I don't know. It's driving me a little bit crazy right now. I don't know if it's good or not. Okay. I think it's okay. I think if you put the same shadows into the blood, it will look better. Darker red, maybe try really dark blues, purple on the shadow side of the dune, and then leave that lighter red. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I started doing it before you even said something. Just let it rest for a bit and work on another spot of the map. Yeah. Alright, I like that. I like this kind of, darker edges, highlighted center. I think it's, oh, come on. I like it. I just hope... Okay, so... Let's see. Can you even tell what it is if it's tiny like this? Are you still able to be like, oh wait, oh yeah, that's a, you know, a statue, or is it just like... I feel like... I don't know if that is actually... I mean, at this point, there's not a whole lot I can do as far as that goes. I think... We'll see. Because the face itself is pretty small, right? So you can't really... Yeah, maybe it's alright. We'll see. I think the thumbnail is pretty good. Okay, alright. I trust your judgment. I want to add a little bit more of that kind of purpley color over here. Just to... Actually, I want to add a little bit of it just kind of throughout here. Because I feel like there's kind of not really enough of it in the rest of the sculpture where the shadows are. So I'm gonna extend a bit of that throughout. Why you say uh-oh? What happened? What? What? Did I do something? Oh, trusting your judgment. Hey, you know, hey, your maps are pretty rocking, so... I'm just saying, that map that you just released with the region map is pretty dang beastly. Like, it's a good freaking map, so... Alright. Okay. Okay, what do you all think? Is that enough? Should I keep working on it? I feel like it's alright. Kiora says, thank you, I never know what will do well, to be honest. It was just supposed to be a test/practice map. I mean, I think it's gorgeous. You know what I think? It is so weird how, just social media and people in general react to work. And so I've been doing this for a year. I can't believe I've been doing this for a year and a half at this point. I can't freaking believe it. But through all this time, like, I kind of bumbled my way into this whole thing, thinking that, oh, yay, I can make maps, I can do this thing, then only to be hit with, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So it's been a lot of, learning experience through the whole thing. And a good map is not necessarily enough. Good artistry is not necessarily enough. There are certain things that you absolutely kind of have to know, and even then, it's not 100% that your map will hit the right spot with the audience. And it's a lot of, for me, it has been a lot of hit and miss and trying different things and trying to figure out, okay, does this thing work? Does that thing work? And just trying to find my own way through this really weird, really fairly unexplored and strange thing that I decided to do, and all of you are basically doing it. And so there's I don't know, why did I start talking about it? I don't know. Jay Dungeon Master says, I think it's very good. The statue pops the blood and is not floating anymore. Improved a lot. Good, okay. Jay Dungeon Master says, also we both started around the same time. It really is surreal. Yeah, we did. You and I both started at just almost exactly the same time. And yeah, there are certain things that I've realized when you do these certain things, it works better, versus when you don't. And it unfortunately, it really has nothing to do with playability of the map, even the details of the map and whatnot. And it has a lot to do with being able to grab people's attention and then keep it. And that is its own mastery. Kiora says, I don't think it ever changes. I'm still like that after 3 years doing this. Yeah. Jay Dungeon Master says, you have to hit the nerve, which is something that happens not that often. That's the thing. But then you don't just hit the nerve by shooting in the darkness. I mean, sometimes you do. I certainly did a few times in the very beginning, when it kind of just happened by accident. But then you start to figure out, okay, what is it that I do that does hit that nerve? And figuring out that thing that does that is the most freaking difficult thing on this goddamn planet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there are so many little things. Like, sometimes the smallest of things that you don't even consider will just tank your stuff. Will tank your map, and nobody will really pay any attention to it. But then the other times, the same little thing will do the opposite, or, a similar little thing. So there's so much to it. We really need to start a club. Yeah, we do. Man, Honestly though, Kiora, you have I hope to be where you are in um another year and a half, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. Um I guess if I'm lucky. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot, and it's there's so much learning. And I knew that when I was first getting into it, um that I really didn't know a whole lot about what I was really getting into, and I was kind of expecting it, and yeah, I was right. I really did not know what the fuck I was getting into when I first started, so I'm not regretting it though. Um, in fact, I'm actually throwing more effort in that direction as time goes by. So, Kiora says I get shouted out when I say it was mostly luck, but it's kind of true. Here's the thing, though. It wasn't. I mean, you said mostly, but it's it isn't though, because your stuff is good. Like, legitimately, you're a very skilled, you provide good content on a regular basis, and it's not just shit that you throw together. You're constantly working on it, you're constantly working on extra stuff, on, you know, um, uh, YouTube videos and streaming and social media. I see you on Twitter all the time, I see you on Discord, so the breaks that we get, the little things that we get here and there, the little boosts that we get, like you got your Critical Role break, right? Um, I did certain things. Um, Actually, to be honest, when you signed up to my Patreon, Kiora, that gave me a pretty big boost. So you were my break there for a little bit, and I'm super grateful. Um, but those things come when you put effort in, and it's not just effort, it's good skilled work. So don't underestimate yourself. Kiora says my early maps were not good, it's just there wasn't anyone else really do it back then. um at least not as many anyway. There's been so many people that started doing it recently. Yeah, right. There's a lot more. See, here's the weird thing, right? I'm just gonna go into a diatribe and whatever. The map can sit there. um so on one hand, um there's so many people. There's so many more people, really, really good and skilled people that are getting into map making now as well. Like, even back a year and a half ago, we had probably a quarter of cartographers than we have now. I feel like I see like 10 new people a day this time. Like, keeping an eye on Reddit, keeping an eye on Twitter, just those two things. I'm like, where were so many new people? And it's like it's getting more competitive, but at the same time, it's like this weird thing. I watched a YouTube video the other day, and it was a creator talking about the weird space that you're in when you're a creator, in that you work with other creators and you work directly with what would people consider your competitors, but at the same time, it is, but it also isn't. And so when you work together, you just kind of become stronger together. And that's what I try to keep in mind, is that all of these new people that are coming in, heck, get them on a board with you, man. It's, welcome them and be there for each other and support each other. And, I don't know. I feel like that's just how, things work sometimes. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Oh, okay. Get off my soapbox now. Alright, so, I think that this one's done. The only thing that I need to do is... Do you have any ideas? Anything else I should update? I think that... I think it's good. Maybe soften this edge here a little bit. Okay, awesome. Okay. Alright, so I think we're done. I'm just going to apply basically these 3 layers. There's something on the bottom here I was working on too. Yeah, there was. This one, that one. Yeah. There's a couple of layers here that I need to import into all of the other variations, then these 3 layers, and then soften up the edge. Even if I don't even know if it's necessarily going to be needed even, because there's stuff on top that kind of covers it up, so it might not be needed. So I think we might be good. Alright, so this has been kind of a chill, short-ish, I think, stream, right? How long have I been streaming for? Oh, an hour and a half. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up for now. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. J Dungeon Master says, alright, midnight here, I'm gonna call it a night. It was really great catching the opportunity to chat again with all of you, and I hope we will do so more often again in the future. The map looks great. Dom improved a lot over the course of the session. Good night, everyone. Good night, J Dungeon Master. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate you being here. And if you're here, don't forget to give me a follow, just so you get notified. Turn on those notifications if you don't have them on, just so you get that email saying, hey, Dom is live, and stuff. And yeah, Sable Falcon. So Sable Falcon, thank you so much for hanging out. Kiora, of course, thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to raid somebody. Let's see who I can raid. I think Aries is streaming, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, have a good night, everybody, and I'll catch you all later.